Today happens to be National Divorce Day, and it could be tough to talk about.
Yeah, something you don't ever really want to have a conversation about, and that's especially true when it comes to handling the money, the finances, and the split. So we have here with us this morning local certified financial planner Michael Neuenschwander here from Outlook Wealth Advisors. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
So let's start with this. What exactly is National Divorce Day for those who may not be aware?
Yeah, unfortunately, see, the attorneys sort of told us about it and said as we enter into the new year, they see an uptick in people filing for divorce. And so it's either people that held it together through the holidays or maybe that extra time over the holidays made them decide enough was enough. So it's largely just about a 30% increase that attorneys see as we head into the new year.
And obviously, finance is very often a huge problem during marriage, but come divorce, it can really get nasty. How does this affect people's lives?
Well, so as we look at it, I mean, there's several things to where the finances come into play. Because University of Ohio does several studies here, but one of them says, as people get divorced, that may take a hit of about 77% on somebody's net worth. So when you go through it, and it says you got two separate households now that people may be paying for even before they're divorced, that really tends to damage their savings, but also damage their long-term retirement and financial future as well.
So I know there really is no how-to manual when it comes to divorce, right? But where should couples really start? What should they think about if they're considering divorce, they're divorcing when it comes to their finances?
So the first thing that would be good is they want to be able to sort of take an inventory, say where do they really stand, and that's not just the good stuff. You have assets, marital assets you built up together, but you got to consider taxes, you got to consider retirement as well, but also got to figure out debt. Do you owe credit cards? Do you owe on the house? So it's not just the stuff you have, but what do you also owe? And how do you begin to get a handle on that?
Okay, so you just mentioned taxes. How does that end up playing a role in a divorce?
Well, in taxes is a big part many people sort of forget about because, like I said, you may have different assets. Some of them may be retirement accounts, some of them may be the house, some of them may just be cash in the bank. All of those are taxed differently. So a big mistake we often see people make is if they simply say, here's what we have, let's split it in half, but with no real thought on who's going to pay the taxes and even how old they are, because obviously retirement accounts you're not supposed to touch before 59 and a half. So there's much more that goes into the tax picture than most people realize.
So obviously this can get really messy. Oftentimes it does get messy when you're talking about money and divorce. So what happens when you can't come to an agreement altogether?
So yeah, so putting it in inventory, that's all nice when people play nicely together, but when they don't, because emotions run high, or if you think somebody's trying to hide assets, that's where the attorneys come in. You want to reach out, get an attorney so you can make sure you protect yourself, and the attorneys can also compel through the court to make sure that people are actually sharing the information and nobody's trying to hide anything during the divorce.
They'll help take care of business so that you don't have to hopefully suffer anymore through it all. All right, Michael, thanks for coming in, and here's to everyone going through that. We know it's a really tough time.
Yeah.